good day, everyone, to my co-maestrants, and especially to our professor, Dr. Jonas Alandria. I am going to present my assigned topic for our subject, School Laws and Legislations, with a subject code EDMA 511. But before I start, let me introduce myself. So I am Elma Bernante, a masterand from Bohol Island State University, Kandihay campus. So anyway, let me start. So my topic is all about communication and information policies, particularly in the Department of Education. So when we say communication, so what comes in our mind? So it is a process by which information is exchanged between two individuals or two subordinates through a common system of symbols, signs, or even behavior. So that means sending or receiving of information. So this is based on DepEd Manual Reviewer. So in Chapter 5, it states there the communication and information policies and procedures, including terms, notations, important concepts as well. So there are 17 key concepts that we are going to remember in this chapter. So first, we have note on information and dissemination. So DepEd, or it was known as DEX before, maintains a press corps at the central office and information officers at the regional office. So ang DepEd or ang the Department of Education na siya assign ng mga information officers. For example, our DepEd Secretary, Vice President Sara Duterte. So she is going to disseminate some important information, and there are policies on how to disseminate information properly para maabot sa mga school heads or sa mga teachers and students. So next, the service manual. So when we say service manual, it contains the basic regulations, instructions, and information which guide DEX or DepEd Central Office and the field personnel in carrying out the task of the department. So subsequent amendments are issued to the field through orders, bulletins, and memorandums. So later on, I am going to add information about orders, memorandums, and bulletins. So since these three are ways or like important in communicating or in disseminating the information in the Department of Education. So the third one, we have handbook. So what are handbooks? So do you have handbooks or do you read them? So these are issued to provide handy reference materials to the field of DEX policies on certain educational issues and procedures in the implementation of its programs and projects. So madala-dala rin na itong handbooks no, if ever you have, so you can read them. So but make sure na gi-follow ang mga policies and information sa DepEd or in every organization na ay handbooks or other companies. So next, we have publications. Okay, these are published on a regular basis and or distributed to inform the field, and other stakeholders, and various activities undertaken by DEX or DepEd toward the development of quality basic education of the country. So publications, example, our publications, we do have school publications or school paper in Baisu. So that's called the Harpooner. Okay, in other schools, they have other names for their publication. So dito, mabasa na to ang mga achievements or mga important news nga i-publish regularly, either weekly or kanang mga important events nga atong basa for yearbook. So that is, for example, yearbook regular basis, so that is published yearly. So it's like that. So next we have DEX or DepEd orders. So this is it. So what are orders or DepEd orders? So these are issuances on policies, guidelines, or regulations which are generally permanent in nature and in effect until rescinded. So permanent ra ni siyang mga DepEd orders. So regarding na siya sa mga policies, mga guidelines nga maoy i-follow sa mga teacher and students. So next we have DEX or DepEd memorandum. So these are issuances containing certain instructions and information which are temporary in nature and are usually applicable only during the year of assurance or issuance rather. So that means ma-change ni siyang mga memorandum. So this include announcement of conferences, seminars, examinations, surveys, competitions, and celebrations. So, kung kanos agi himo ang memo or memorandum, so maura na siya ang validity or mo-take effect na siya. So, for example, naabit na siya yung mga numbers, no? DepEd memorandum, for example, number 29, series of 2023. So, kana siya nga date or specific date nga indicated to nga ma-take effect. So next, we have bulletin. So what are bulletins? So these are primarily informative issuances. So these include educational statistics, curricular materials, and professional papers on academic, industrial, health concerns, etc. So DEX memoranda, orders, bulletins are numbered consecutively starting with the first issuance in January every year. So kung makabantay ta, every year siya na ay mga activities. For example, calendar of activities, so ma-change na siya yearly or monthly ba kaya nga na. So adto na siya mga bulletins para ma-disseminate ang information is through bulletins. Okay, next. We have unnumbered memorandums. So when you say unnumbered, so that's opposite to numbered memorandum. So it contains instructions or information which is limited in excuse me, in application and concerns only a few regions or offices. So next, office memorandum. So it contains policies or instructions or regulations which are of general application in the central office. So mostly this is coming from the central office. So the information should be disseminated through office order. Mga maoy i-follow sa mga teachers, especially and students in the Department of Education. Especially the school head, they are going to disseminate the information properly through orders or office orders. So next, office memorandum. Okay, it contains certain instructions or information which are office specific. So it could be na-arise specific information or instruction nga i-disseminate not um, all information or mga department ang makahibalo. So next is AMIS. So what is an EMIS? So EMIS known as the Educational Management Information System. So it provides information to education administrators in the planning and delivery of educational services, especially in this time, blended learning. So same with the BISU or Bohol Island State University. So we have this so-called SMIS or ISMIS, so Integrated School Management and Information System. So that is very important. Next is data bulletin. It is the final output of the EMIS at the district, division, and regional levels. So final output. Ma-disseminate ang information or ma-communicate through this data bulletin. And the next one we have notes on the subsystems of EMIS. So we have to remember that there are different information systems or management information systems. So we have for the pupil or student management information system. We have also for the personnel and also the curricula implementation information system. And also we have regulation and control information system, including physical facilities management information system. So para ma-aware tano. So in what is important is financial management information system, and lastly we have community services information system para ma-aware ang community, not just the school administrators and the students, but also the community as well. So next, okay, this one, notes on the preparation and correspondence, especially for the letters. So where a letter or endorsement requires more than one sheet, so the page number should be indicated at the top of the number. So mao ni siya timanan, especially the secretary or the pinsa tong mag-write og mga letter or mga endorsement. So enclosure to correspondence should be indicated or listed on the lower left-hand corner of the page. So next also important point to remember is the use of the first and second persons when reference is made to the writer and to the recipient should be avoided. So we avoid na siya. And next we have the content of communication should be limited to only one subject. So for example na ay mga memos or mga letters, so one subject ra na siya. Pag yun nga meeting, so meeting na siya or seminar or whatever activities. Mura na siya pag-hisgutan. So next, we have a higher authority should be addressed as sir or madam. So especially when you write no letter or endorsement. So this is also a call, what we call or to be addressed sir or madam for teachers or sa mga higher rank. So in addressing one of the equal rank or a subordinate or less formal salutation of dear sir or dear madam may be used. So, for example na ang student or teachers magsulat sa mga head, dear sir or dear madam. Okay, that's very formal. Okay, so for complimentary clause, for formal official letters should be very truly yours. Unlike kanang magsuwat na og mga friendly letter, man. Maingon ra ta dito nga sincerely yours or yours truly, mana, no? So in here, we have to use very truly yours. All right. So next thing, we have the under endorsement system. So this means that an endorsement may be written on the space following the conclusion of the letter or preceding endorsement. So it may be comments on a new set of paper. So this is through under endorsement system. So mo ni siya atong i-follow. Okay. So next we have contents noted. So it is written, indicated, and signed by the sender where no new significant information or opinion is given. So such action should not go beyond the fifth endorsement. So na yung mga endorsement or mga letters important from the information officers. So kinahanglan na siya signature. Okay, para ma-valid siya. And last but not the least, for this one, we have the notes on signing protocol. So, naapod siya yung notes in signing protocol. So, unsa man, except when required by law or regulation, and as much or as may be expedient, any written action or decision must have no more than 3 initials or signature. So, dili siya mulapas og tulo ka signature unless kung gi-require siya sa law or regulation. So, these are some important concepts in the Department of Education. Mga unsaon pag-disseminate or pag-communicate sa information. So all I can say is that communication and information policies are very important because it is the essential component of every aspect of our lives. So, and education also is no exception. So, it is vital in education as it facilitates learning and understanding between educators and students. So, it also builds strong relationships, no? Relationships and trust. So, that means fostering a positive learning environment. So, kung magkasinabot, so ma-achieve ang goals and objectives or mga VMGO sa school or in the Department of Education. So I think that would be all. So here are my references. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. Goodbye for now and God bless us all.